Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back here to another week here at Havoc Esports. And today we got a fantastic set of matches tonight. This is indeed the last chance qualifier for the championships of Season 7 of the Havoc Esports Academy League. And oh my, it's been a long ride, Season 7. This has definitely felt like one of our cleaner seasons. No issues with rules for the most part. I mean, fingers crossed, knock on wood anyway, because we're almost at the final threshold. This is the final week before the championships. Next week, Friday and Saturday, those are the last 2 days of Havoc Esports Season 7, where we'll be crowning a Havoc Esports champion once again. And honestly, it's going to be interesting, but we're not in champions yet. We are trying to find the last 2 teams that are going to try and qualify for the championships, because currently we have 6 main league teams that were top of the standings, and 5 teams that were top of the standings, and 1 team that managed to go through in a tiebreaker as the 6th spot. But now we're in the last chance qualifiers, where the 7th through 12th teams in points are going to be battling the top 2 academy teams to get the final 2 spots to round out the 8 total for the championships. But oh my, it's definitely going to be an interesting one, folks. And up first, we got a very interesting match, and we're actually going to be seeing for the first time ever on a main league stream an academy team. We're going to be seeing Reseda Esports. They are currently the 8th seeded team in this. They got 2nd in the academy playoffs last night, and now they're here to try and get some experience against some main league teams. So I'm not expecting this series to be super close, but who knows? Reseda Esports, they're a very solid mechanical team in academy, and I can't wait to see overall how this match is going to go. But without further ado, let's get the players in the lobby and see how well this academy team can do against the current top team in the last chance qualifier. But here we go, folks. The players are in. Let's get started with game number 1. So, of course, looking at this series, we are definitely I think most people are expecting Aura Esports to come out on top in this series anyway. But we do have to remember, Reseda Esports, they are a very mechanical academy team. They are nothing like academy teams of old. And even though academy teams of old were nowhere near the same mechanical level as Reseda, Academy's best result against a main league team was going to Game 5. So it's definitely possible for us to see an academy getting their first ever 3v3 series win against a main league team. But it's not going to be easy, as Horizon will put in the first goal. And special shout out to Jasnon playing for Havoc Sapphire. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. And anyone else who does support Havoc Esports, you can do so in a variety of different ways. One of the biggest ones is joining our Discord, following our social media, or as Jasnon just did, using your Prime sub. But here we go. Ball's going to be in the air once again. That's going to be a miss. And it looks like Reseda Esports not going to go down by 2 early on. That's going to be a shot past mid. And Horizon will get the goal. 2-0 lead, 1 minute in. But yes, everyone. I think we do have to remember, Reseda Esports Game 1 is probably going to be a feeler for them. Because we do have to remember, Reseda Esports went from playing against maybe at max GC1 players yesterday in the grand finals to now playing against a full-on GC3, maybe even SSL, I'm not too sure, team in Aura Esports. So it's definitely going to be a hard-fought battle for Reseda, as we're going to have to get used to this higher level of pace. But I do believe that with the mechanics they have and the team skills they have, that if they can keep playing with confidence, we can see them not only score, but take a game. Ooh, that's a missed empty net. That's an empty net miss there for Reseda Esports. But look, they're actually gaining some sort of pressure when they get to the offensive end of the field. Here we go. It's going to be Kilo. Ends up giving away possession there, but he ends up being able to put in a spot where he can get it back. Kilo is one of the main players, considered probably the best in Academy, if not one of the most mechanical. But Mr. Chair puts a ball into the back of the net, and Reseda Esports, the 2nd place Academy team, has scored against Aura Esports. There we go, folks. If we remember the last chance qualifiers last season, it was kind of a blowout for all 3 Academy teams that participated. All 3 teams weren't able to take a game. but they were at least able to look confident. They were able to look controlled, and only one of those series was actually a full-on blowout. Here we go. Deluxe Drew flicks that ball over the net. And now, now we have to remember, it's not a full-on SSL team when we're looking at Aura Esports. I believe if there is an SSL, it's only one of the players. But when we look at this team, we have to remember that even though they are a lot faster, they're used to the pace, they have a lot of experience, it doesn't necessarily mean they can't be beat, and Mr. Chair slots in another one. We got a tied game. And everybody, we actually do have a former Academy member in chat named Tazaro. He's the only player in the Academy League. His team was the only team in the Academy League to take not just one, but 2 games off of a main league team. They did sadly end up losing in Game 5, but the person or team has been closest to beating a main league team from the Academy League has been Tazaro's team. And if you're looking to join the Havoc Discord, do !Discord, and you'll be able to join us by doing that. Just make sure when you join the Discord, set your role and hashtag roles. Make sure you select NA member or NA Academy based on your rank, because if you don't, you won't be able to see the rest of the server. But here we go, folks. Tied game. Less than half the game to go. And right now, Reseda Esports, it took them a little bit to get used to the higher pace, but it looks like they've already adapted fairly well. Ball is bounce out mid. Now over to Horizon. Horizon to Zephyr. Zephyr not able to get the touch, and we'll be back over to Deluxe Drew. Deluxe Drew back over now to Kilo. Kilo might try to maintain possession. He's not able to get there, though. Back over now to the side in Zephyr. Zephyr gets the 50. Back to Horizon. Horizon trying to set up his teammates off the corner. Deluxe Drew looking for another shot. It will find its way off target. And that's the one thing that might be on Reseda's side is Grand Champ 3s. They're not necessarily the best at being 100% consistent at shooting their shots, but Deluxe Drew will finally put that one in the back of the net. But that's one thing you have to remember about Grand Champ 3s. They're not necessarily perfect at scoring or finding scoring opportunities. So if Aura Esports aren't on their game on side of shooting things, then it doesn't necessarily matter if Aura Esports have more experience, because right now, Reseda Esports are finding ways to stop the ball on defense and get the ball in the net on the offensive end as well. We get a message here from Matthias. Matthias, of course, Matthias was actually never in the Academy League. He joined as a main league member. I believe when he started, though, he was Grand Champ 1. Now he's sitting at a very comfortable, I believe, GC2, almost GC3. He's definitely GC3 in terms of tournament experience at the very least. But here we go. That's going to be ball off the side wall. Redirect not going to come in. Zephyr gets bumped off the ball, though. Now it's going to be over to Kilo. Kilo fakes it for Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair flying through the air. Demo on the back line. Reseda still trying to keep this lead within 1. Final minute of play in this game. Survivor looking to put it in, and that will be put in. Minute left on the clock, and Survivor puts in a second go-ahead goal. Reseda Esports, though, is definitely looking confident. And everybody, just so you know, Reseda Esports is the 2nd place Academy team, so they are not expected to win. I don't think Reseda are necessarily assuming that they will win in this series as well. They are playing against the 7th best main league team, whereas they are the 2nd best Academy team. So they are definitely looking to put in. Remember, main league at the beginning of the season was 20 teams, so they're playing against a team that's in the top half of the main league teams right now, and they're putting on a show. They scored 2 goals. They're keeping it close. They're putting on a good game against Aura Esports, and hopefully we can see them continue to put on a fight and look to be the first Academy team to take a series off a main league team. Now, there is actually a moment in history. There has been one series where an Academy player has beaten a main league player. It was a 1v1 show match between Papa Shadow Dragon of Academy Sapphire against a main league player in Itsuki. Papa Shadow Dragon, as an Academy player, won that 1v1 in a Game 5 spectacle. That's the only instance, though, we've ever had of an Academy team beating a main league team in a series, and that's going to be Aura Esports putting in another one, and it looks like, everybody, that's going to be Game 1 going to Aura Esports. But everyone, it doesn't mean that Academy team is impossible to win here, just because they've only done it in ones. Like we said, Tazaro and his old team, Havoc Academy Orange, they were able to go to Game 5 against the 2nd best team in main league, and they could have won there. So Reseda Esports, they're not out. It's not out just because they lost Game 1. It's not out yet. If anything, their nerves are now over with. They've managed to get settled into the series, and now it's going to be Aura Esports taking the Game 1. But here we go. We're now going to be going into map number 2 between these two teams. We're going to go on to Beckwith Park Stormy. Aura Esports, of course, looking to get a quick run to the match point, whereas Reseda Esports looking to try and do what no Academy team has done before and take a series off of them. But, of course, in order to do that, they're going to have to win this game. If Aura Esports win this next game, of course, it's going to feel impossible for Reseda Esports to try and come back into it. But let's see if they have what it takes to get the dub. Here we go. The players have now joined the lobby. Aura Esports up 1 game in the series. Let's see if Reseda Esports has what it takes to get the dub. Here we go. Kilo already through the air. We're starting to see the mechanics of Kilo. There we go. That's what we want to see. We want to see confidence in the players of Reseda Esports. So far, though, only Mr. Chair has managed to score against this main league squad. Kilo and Zephyr still looking for their own goals. Here we go. Kilo ends up losing the 50 back to Zephyr, but he's not going to be able to go for the ball. Horizon and Survivor both flying through the air there. Deluxe Drew gets beat. Mr. Chair gets bumped on the rotation back by Survivor, but Survivor